Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am playing 5 Leagues from the Borderlands. It is a fantasy solo miniatures campaign skirmish. There's a lot of words that describe it. It involves miniatures. It involves random rolls to see what happens to your characters before and after a battle. And of course, there's the tabletop battle, which involves the miniatures and bad guys and dice rolling and that kind of thing. This is, I don't even remember what number video this is, but this is the start of turn number 4. If you have watched the previous videos, you may remember that I ended up in camp. So my heroes are starting this turn's prep stage in camp. And so what we do for that is there is a table for a camp event. So we need to see what happens. You roll a D100. In my case, green is high. I rolled a 22. Camp events 22 is roots and berries. You only pay 1 gold mark in upkeep this turn. So I found roots and berries. So I only have to pay 1 gold mark. Normally it's a D3. So you roll a D6 and you cut the value in half and round up to the nearest, and that's how much you pay. So thankfully, my upkeep will only be 1 gold mark. So that was step 1. Step 2 is hard times. This is where you actually pay the upkeep. Now it says for a warband of 1 to 6, I have 6, you roll a D3. But in this case, because of the roots and berries, I'm going to lose 1 gold mark for upkeep. I could choose to help the town guard or live off the land, but I can't help the town guard because I'm not in town, but I could choose to live off the land. But what that does is it reduces the number of extra things I can do while in the camp situation. So I'm not going to do that. Healing, I don't have to worry about that. I believe all of my characters are now healed up. And then for step 3, we pick the campaign activities. Now I am in camp, so I can forage, I can hunt, I can live off land. Let's see, I can do a mystic expedition. That sounds interesting. I can scout. And camp. I can pray. I have to check out and see what that is. I can study. And I can train. That's a lot of options. And it says the warband can take 2 campaign activities. So let's look at these. Forage. Make an 8+ wilderness test. Success locates 1 dose of herbs. 11+ finds 2 doses, and then you roll a d6 to see what kind they are. The herbs usually have some kind of special abilities. Like I know the silver tree leaf, I think it eliminates a wound. I could be wrong there, but that's a possibility. We'll put a question mark there. Hunting. This is where you make an 8+ wilderness test, and if you succeed, you roll on this hunting chart. And what that can do, it can give you rations, which are always good to have. It can give you gold marks for animal pelts. You can add an unexplored location, or you can get an adventure point. So I think I may do that one. We'll check on that one. Live off land, I don't need to. Mystic expedition. You set out to find natural sources of magical energy. Make a 9+ alchemy test. None of my characters have alchemy as a skill. So if you succeed, you find a congealed strand. I'm not going to worry about that. Pray. Let's see. Pray. Whether you select a character, they are blessed. If they are injured during the campaign turn, you may add +5. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Scout. Make a 9+ scout test. If you succeed, you may select a location that you can reach in the adventuring stage and make it there without making a travel roll. Now, right now, I am out here between North Station and this Lost Forest. I was doing this enemy camp, so I'm sort of putting myself here in this forest. So what that means is if I did make the scouting test, it says you may select a location that you would reach. I could choose to get to North Station without making a travel roll. I could make it to the lizard folk camp. I could make it to back to the enemy. Really the only safe place right now is North Station, And from there, I can get to a lot of places. So that's a possibility, Scout. Study is make a 9+ scholar. If you exceed, roll up a random skill on the skills table. It's hard to roll a 9+ on 2d6. And then train, select a hero, they receive 1 XP. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the hunt first and see how that goes. So let's go back here to the hunt. It says you make an 8+ wilderness test. Well, wilderness, let's see. Travel, crafting, pathwise, wilderness. Dardor, my, well, he's just a former soldier follower. He has a +2, so that's good. So really all I've got to do is roll 2d6 and roll a 6 combo or higher. And I rolled a 3. So I failed it. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and try it one more time. This will be my. I'm gonna try to hunt again. +2. I rolled a 9 + 2 is 11. So now I get to roll a d6 to see what I find. I rolled a 3, which is obtain animal pelts worth d3 + 1. So that is 1 + 1. So I got 2 marks on the hunt. 2 marks for animal pelts. And that's it. All right, let's keep going. Step 4 is trade. I'm not in a settlement, so I cannot do that. So this could be step 5, research. Can't do this. You may wish to do some prep work for the adventure ahead. During this roll, you may carry out a roll for connections, or you may attempt to track down a camp or hideout. Let's roll for connections. I've got enough hideouts. I don't need more of those. So it says you roll a d100 and you consult this table. That is a 20, which is no result. So I didn't find, in my research, I didn't find any, make contact with anybody. Let's keep going. Step 6. Step 6, this is the fun part. Get to decide what I'm going to do. So remember, I'm camping now. I can explore a location, and there's an unexplored down here, and it will require a travel, what do you call it, roll to see what is there. I can battle an enemy threat. I can ride patrol, carry out a contract, rest up, or quest. I think what I'm going to do is explore a location. Let's see what that involves. If I do explore, I'm just going to write down some. I'm either going to explore or battle an enemy threat. So let's see what those involve. I can't do step 7, outfit for adventure, because I'm not in. Well, it just where you pick what goes in your backpack. I don't have enough to fill my backpack, so I don't have to worry about that. I can't buy anything because I'm not in town. So now it's basically I'm going to do an explore for an unknown location or battle enemy threat. So if I want to do an explore a location, you explore or deal with anything that has been added to your map. Select a location on your region map that you wish to visit. This can be a delve, settlement, hideout, camp, monster lair, unexplored location, or anything else you have marked. These locations and how to explore them are detailed on page 93 to 96. Now, battle an enemy threat. You focus on earning adventure points. Track and face down an enemy that lurks in the primary duty of all adventurers. Select the threat you would like to fight. Proceed to enemy threat, chapter page 97. Facing a threat may require travel. Well, yeah, it will. And that's all my options. So let's go to page 93 and see. So if I want to do a unexplored, I could return to the dungeon. That delve that I made is right over here. I think that was where it was. There were 2 delves. That says delve 2, but this map is inaccurate. I printed it. Oh, there it is. Delve 1, yeah. So that's a possibility. I could travel there and do another delve. This time I would be doing level 2. Or I could do this unexplored location. Well, if I want to do that, let's see. Unexplored. At various points, but you roll a d100 on this chart to see what is there. Let's do that. I'm going to choose the explore the unknown. So I'm going to travel from here to here, which is going to require a travel roll. So I will need to make a travel roll. And let's go ahead and do that because, well, no, you need to see what I still want to see what I'm going to encounter because I may forget. So let's go ahead and roll that. So you roll a D100. I rolled a 14, which is an old ruin. That sounds fun. A wanderer tells you of an old ruin crawling with fiends. Resolve a traveler encounter and add a delve. So this is a delve. Nice. Resolve a traveler encounter. Page 114. Okay, so let's do that first before I make that travel roll to see what happens when I'm on the way to this delve. Because I may not make it to the delve. If everybody dies, you don't have to do it. 114, Traveler Encounter, D100. 62, which is just labeled Traveler. All right, so let's see what that is. Traveler. Roll a D100 to determine who you met. Encounters marked with an asterisk, which it is a general meeting, while those without it are unique. So I go over here and I roll on the general meeting table, which is a D100. And I rolled a 66, which is sociable. Roll on the sociable roll table subtable. I rolled a 79, which is profound life advice. You never really thought about it that way. Add +1 story point. So I get +1 story point. All right, that's assuming I make it here. So there is a delve that I'm going to end up on, but let's go back and let's do the travel roll. Because I know, here it is, travel. So I got to do a travel event, and you only do this once. It says roll one. There was a place where it says, after resolving the travel roll, if you arrive at your destination, you may then proceed to investigate or do your process. So let's see what happens along the way. I rolled an 85, miserable weather. The weather is terrible and slows your travels. Make a 9+ travel test. If you pass, you arrive at your destination. If you fail, you cannot travel any further and are forced to camp. Next campaign turn, you must make a new travel roll. Okay, so I need to make a travel test. And as for my characters, do any of them have the travel? I do. Jard has travel +2. So I need to roll a 7 or higher on these on the sum of these dice. Come on. 6 + 5 is 11, so I did make it. So I made the travel roll, bad weather, and I made it to my destination, which is a delve. So now I know what I'm going to be doing. On my next battle report, which will be the video after this one, I will be doing a new delve. It will be a level 1 delve because it is a different... I've now got 3 delves. I've got one here, delve 1, delve 2, and this is delve 3. So that's cool. And the last time I did one, I really enjoyed it. It was kind of stressful, but it was fun. All right, I will do the research and get the delve 3 battle report or battle set up. And in the next video, we will see what happens. If you like, I will update my roster sheet and the notes and my adventure points and all that. I'll update all that and make it available as a PDF download. You can find the link to that in the video description below. All right, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me for this playthrough. Didn't really do any battling, but I did get the preparation stage completed for turn 4. So up next will be the battle. All right, I will see everybody next video. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Everybody, take care.